Go.
Suspend LeBron for the year.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Fake Deep Thinking. Just a group of friends sitting down talking about the world. Today we have with us John,
Yurt.
Doc,
Yo, yo, yo.
and myself, Eugene. So sorry we run a little late. John was gone for a week and we had to get everything back in order. It took us a little bit to get things organized.
Yeah, I forgot what day it was.
And I got my phone over here. Gotta turn that down.
This man tells us at the beginning of every freaking.
I had my phone on
Okay.
vibrate, but I forgot
put
to
our
turn the
phone
volume
off.
down. Get out of here. But you're not wrong.
Messes
The
it up.
world is crumbling.
You're not wrong. The world is crumbling, low key. All right, let's hop into the first topic. Let's talk about a super controversial topic, which is so a transgender professor at Old Dominion University tries to rebrand pedophilia to MAP, which means minor attracted person. I've been seeing this term MAP all over Twitter, and I have no idea what that meant until recently, and I was like, oh, so that's what that means. So
Did you see her like in a positive light or like
we got the
troll?
video of her, I don't know what their pronouns are, them trying to explain it. So
Where's the other person?
let's pull up the video, and let's watch them explaining it.
Huh?
You heard me.
I just see the one person.
So much for that question. I use the term minor attracted person or MAP in the title and throughout the book for multiple reasons. First of all, because I think it's important to use terminology for groups that members of that group want others to use for them. And MAP advocacy groups like Before You Act have advocated for use of the term MAP. They've advocated for it primarily because it's less stigmatizing than other terms like pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors. I've definitely heard the idea that you brought up, though, that the use of the term minor attracted person suggests that it's okay to be attracted to children. But using a term that communicates who someone is attracted to doesn't indicate anything about the morality of that attraction. So much for that question. I use the term minor attracted person.
I think it's repeating
in the
it.
title and throughout.
Yeah, I repeated it. All right. So, Doc, let's start with you. I think John needs a second to process.
I see him like in his freaking left shoulder. Just
I know. I turned over because I just see him just like. Go for it, Doc.
So she wrote a whole book about this?
Apparently.
No.
Okay.
A long,
No.
dark. It's right there.
No,
Author of A
she
Long,
did
Dark
not.
Shadow.
They did.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's a,
I think
I know.
I think they actually identify as he, but I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie. This is so confusing for me to keep up with.
I'm thinking it's he. Yeah. So yeah, so he wrote a book on this. I get it in the sense that it's like you're trying to maintain the humanity of the person. It's just it's one of those things that's so taboo that you kind of shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah, like
I said this time was coming. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, we've talked about this.
I literally said this exact thing was gonna happen. I said the people that have attractions to kids are gonna eventually say that they can't help what they're attracted to,
yeah, exactly.
they were
It's like a
born that
scapegoat,
way.
Like a
and so they're gonna demand a color. They're gonna demand a letter. They're gonna demand all the other things. And my
map
question is,
rights.
they them. When you book a flight, is this person buying more than one ticket? I believe if you identify as a plural, you got to pay double the taxes. You got to buy more than one plane ticket. If you go into a basketball game, you need to buy more than one seat because this whole idea is stupid.
I just want to address two things that he said in this clip, which was the first one, which was
They said.
that they said, he said, they said, which was the stigmatization, how pedophilia is stigmatizing. Isn't that the point?
Yeah, it kind of is. It's like it's one of those things where
No, it wasn't.
you
Hmm.
should be shunned.
Well,
I guess the gray zone would be if like you happen to like somebody who's, I don't know, 10 years younger than you, but that person's like 30 and you're 40, or you know what I mean? Like, or
that's
they're
a gray zone?
20 and you're
Wait, hold
30.
on. Question.
Well, because technically that would fall
No,
under,
no,
wouldn't it?
no,
Or
No.
no.
is minor flat out
Minor,
like 18 under,
minor.
like
The word is
17 under?
minor. The word is minor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was interpreting it as like just being really attracted to somebody who's much younger than you.
No, it's minor.
So
Straight
could you
up.
imagine like they at the
Well, quick pause, insert. So, no, to answer Doc's question, no, it's not someone younger. It's specifically someone underage. Because I shared it, I don't know if I sent it to you specifically on Twitter or if I think I shared it to the group chat where there was a screenshots of a group chat of people who identified as MAP, and they're explaining how they can only be the reasons why they're attracted to underage people. Like, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Shout out Philip. And the second thing I want to say, she said stigmatizing and
she said that any group, regardless of I guess the morality of the group, she said she wanted we should go by whatever that group wants to be called. No. 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 So we're hurting pedophiles' feelings by calling them pedophiles?
isn't low key. Like I said, isn't low key. Isn't that the whole point? Like,
But she's saying no, we shouldn't be hurtful, even though that's what they are. Pedophile isn't a word that's negative. It's a bad thing. The definition of the word is it's a bad thing. If you fit the definition, that's up to you to fit the definition of the word. The word exists in the dictionary. It's not a It's not like, what is she? I don't know, dude. I'm kind of good.
You can
Oh.
see it if it's like a stage, like if it's like the first stage. Like if you have somebody who's genuinely concerned that they have MAP or whatever, and they're worried about becoming a pedophile, and so they go see psychiatric help or something like that, and they're like, "Hey, I have MAP, or like, you know, I'm really scared of myself. Can you help me?" And then they're seeking like help and stuff like that before they've ever committed any kind of crime. Um, that's the only way I can like empathize with it, because then it does make sense like to not go like to go seek help and be like, hey, I'm a pedo, and you haven't done anything yet. Like that's a bad situation to be in, because I feel like that puts a lot of
but is that so?
stress on
Then
yourself.
is this
Pedophile-
wrong in the pinpoint? Like, is that the majority or the minority? I don't know. Like, I just
Yeah.
not an issue, but I have contention with us trying to appease a minority when that's not the case. Like, and I get what you're trying to say
But
too. Like,
pedophile isn't a pejorative term. You trying to escape the word pedophile is you not taking accountability for what the action of what you're doing is. So it's like, oh, don't make it sound that bad. Let's not call
you're
it.
supposed to make it sound
Let's not
bad.
call it murder no more. I don't want. Let's call it kill.
No,
I
let's
didn't
not.
murder
No, not
nobody.
kill. No, instead of calling it murder, let's just call it self or
loss of
law
loss of life.
transitioning. Let's call them transitioning to the next stage of life.
Yeah, I helped you transition. Let's call it that. I helped you fucking transition.
Transitionalist.
Like,
I'm a
Awaken.
transitionalist.
Or
I like to help transition
enlighten.
people.
yeah, put
Yeah.
you in that eternal sleep.
Yeah,
So-
I think if you're adding this to people that are already convicted of sexual, you know, like sex offenders and stuff like that, then it's not, it doesn't fly. Because the whole point is that those people are pushed out of society for committing taboos that most societies wouldn't commit. And if you're using this to self-identify, to observe for mental health, to stop yourself from doing anything like this, or for even people around you to stop you from doing it, then it makes more sense. But not as like oh, well, let's lessen that sounds so mean, let's lessen the terminology. So
So circle back to your point about, is it people who are just younger than you, or is it specifically minor? So here's Sean Head shared a tweet where I don't know if she specifically took some screenshots. Well, I'll just read the tweet itself. So she said, so I managed to sneak into a MAP DM group, and it's only slightly more disturbing as anything else they posted publicly. Literally no, quote, support happening, just basically creepy fetish talk. And let me see if I can actually send this real quick to Twitter, Ian, and then maybe if you can pull it up. So I just sent it to the Fake Deep Thinking Twitter if you want to pull it up while I read this. I use separate devices. I might be a little paranoid. Laugh out loud. I have like no reason to be honestly. It's already public knowledge and assumption in real life for me, you know. Lon, what's your AOA? AOA meaning age of attraction. And the person replies 9 to 14. Ours is close. Mine is 7 to 12. 12 is nice. And then someone else says, I'm back. As far as AOA, my main range is 3 to 10. Primary is 4 to 7, girls only, cis, and trans. I like mostly girls too, but anime boys is an exception. Some shotas are cute, but no sexual side for me. Only anime boys, not real. Someone says their AOA, which is 3 to 10. And it just gets worse from here on out. So I don't know if we really want to talk about this, but yeah, real quick so Doc and John can see if you guys want to see. But here are some of the texts or the back and forth. Like, this is why, like, yes, I don't know. We should not call them maps. Pedophiles. You are pedophiles. You are not maps. You are pedophiles. If you take it in the negative way, you're supposed to. It is a bad, immoral thing. You are pedophiles. And I'm emphasizing that pedo for a reason. Pedophiles.
This is actually them, like, it's like they're talking about girls, like older guys would do. Like, this isn't them being like, nah, this isn't that. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're trying to be like, dude, you shouldn't be into that. But, nah.
Funny little detail there, all of them have an anime profile picture. Just a small little touch, you know, just interesting observation.
Well, I think they're genres, aren't they? Like, yeah, those are genres of like pornography for anime.
What is?
The whole like shota. And
Oh, it
stuff
probably.
like
Oh,
that.
yeah. That probably is. I mean,
The
I don't.
the
The little boy
lolly-
thing, I think, or little.
Yeah,
Lolly's
like,
little
that's what
girl. Shota's, I think, little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's where they get their fixes from that shit.
Bro, it's yeah. I already said too much, I think, or all I need to say. Anything else before we move on? Cause yeah, this.
Yeah, I really am curious in her book, like how she's trying to normalize it. Like, if she's just trying to basically PR pedophilia away, then I don't. That's not gonna work. If she's actually trying to use it, like I was thinking, where she's just trying to like stage it out for people. Like, if you guys were to tell me, like, hey man, like I have like an attraction to a minor, and you hadn't done anything, I'd stop and be like, all right, like let's work this shit out.
But what if I didn't
Or,
want to work it
like-
out? Let's run through this scenario. So
If-
text you, say, hey man, I saw this girl in middle school, and boy, I was aroused. I'm not, per the record. It's just a hypothetical situation. Heck no. And I told you, Doc, and you said, what would you say? How would you address the situation then?
Well, first I would ask you, like, why? What do you think when that happens and stuff like that? Like, do you need to see a psychiatrist? Like, are you ashamed of it? Are you not? But honestly, that question.
Why
would
are you
answer a lot
shunning me,
for
Doc? Why are you trying to kink shame me?
No, I'm not kink shaming. I didn't tell you, are you ashamed or you should be ashamed. I'm asking.
But you're asking
are
me to
you
see a
ashamed-
psychologist. So seeing a
I'm
psychologist
asking
points to
you,
me I
are
need
you
mental help.
ashamed when you think that way?
I'm not ashamed
And
when I think that way.
If you say no, then I'm gonna go behind your back and I'm probably gonna call the cops or something like that. If you say yes, then I'll be like, all right, well let's figure that out.
So then you don't have to. So then right there, you just not a point, but you just revealed something. It's not about the act. It's just the fact that you feel that way. If someone feels that way, and even though you didn't perform an act, the fact that you don't feel shameful feeling that way, it's still an issue.
Yeah, dude, because you have the potential to do something that's pretty evil. So that's why, like, I would pay utmost attention to your reactions so that I can see if I can help you through the situation, or if maybe I need to fucking call like a civil servant to come and help you, to stop you from yourself. You know what I mean?
I mean, I know what you mean, but that's why, to John's point, the snake eating itself. We've allowed, like, imagine this exact conversation to someone else in the alphabet community, like just a simple homosexual person. You can't do that because you're now questioning their humanity, questioning their sexuality, all this demeaning stuff. And I'm not trying to dehumanize them. That's not my intention. I'm just saying, to John's point, that because we left so much gray room, it enabled them to navigate that gray room like this.
can see that, but I disagree in the sense that like I know plenty of upstanding homosexuals that would just be like a clear that's fucked up, or they would step in even before most other people to say like, no, that's fucked up.
No, I agree with you. It's just there's a difference between the individuals and the community as a whole. Is my point. I'm trying to fixate more on the community and not the individual. I agree with you. Individual, there are like I have some neighbors, and I'm sure they would also. But the point is,
Yeah.
the way the community is representing themselves has allowed these loopholes.
I think it depends on like the attention that's garnered for the most outlandish though. Like the people that push the boundaries the most, especially for Twitter. Twitter, like the entire way that Twitter focuses, it's like the most astonishing or outrageous tweets and stuff is gonna get the most attention. And so the people that push into basically like the fucking, I don't know, the chaos zone of the psyche are the ones that are pulling the most
The
attention.
chaos zone.
So like
I
this
like
person
that.
who's like going into that fucking far off zone, like they're way far out. Everyone's just like, whoa, like what the fuck? I think because it pushes the most tension and they identify of a certain way, or they're kind of pushing like their own branding as like I'm LGBTQ and we're fucking branding under here. I'm sure a ton of people would be like, nah, we're not with you. Like, no way, you're definitely pushing too far out there,
But the
and you
very
don't
vocal
represent a lot of our
community
values.
shuns those people. They suppress them. But I don't want to get on that. That's honestly that's for them to sort out. John, I don't think you do, but you've been quiet this whole time. You got anything to say?
Mm,
Yeah, but I can't see it because it's like they're so open minded that it makes sense that this would be the group that produces something like that. It's just
They're so
yeah.
open-minded. Talking about the alphabet community.
Yeah. Well, most like liberals pushing into like alphabet like community like stuff and agendas and stuff like that. Like they're very open minded.
That's one way to look at it.
Not people, but like open minded, goal orientated. You know what I mean? And
I
so I
think.
think. What do you mean?
I think I know what you're saying. I just don't know if
Yeah,
I would use the person as open-minded, but I know what you're trying to say.
they generally like create, in my opinion, a lot of intellectualism to try to pave a road for progress or progression. Not necessarily meaning like it's better or worse. It's just progression, like it's a direction um, for their ideals. And I think because it's usually led by being really open minded, like pushing boundaries, like homosexuality, transgenderism, and stuff like that, where
Is
it's
that
like completely kind of going
open-mindedness?
against like social constructs and natural constructs, that stuff like this starts to kind of jump on the caravan of that direction. But I genuinely don't think that it's like the values of everybody that's pushing in that direction.
I agree with you, but on the opposite spectrum. I don't think it's open mindedness as far as it is in a weird way. It's more of they've left the definition of anything so vague that anything can slip under that veil. But it's purposely left vague because true understanding would be almost like shackles. You'd have to be held to the
A
concept or the
standard.
standard that you put. So if you make everything fluid, you make everything tentative,
Spectrum.
then it's like, okay, any kind of thing that may pop up will then be able to fit in. So like the idea of like the spectrum and like, the continued growth of it or whatever is actually more thinking about things in the future than what they currently do have. Because now you're preparing for, you're almost creating space for things that don't exist to pop up when you're non-definitive. And I'm not saying any things can't change as in definitive as they can't change, but non-definitive as, for example, is there a common, and it's none of my business, I don't really care, but is there a common understanding between whether a person who is homosexual is born that way, or is that a thing of preference, or is it both? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there are some people who would say both. So it's just like when things, and that's just an example. I'm not saying that's the true statement or whatever. I'm just using it as an example. If it's non-definitive, it's just kind of hard to put parameters around it, and it just seems like that's the goal, to not have any kind of real boundary or definition around what's going on. And my problem with that
knocking
is
down boundaries,
the gray area that it creates, because then if you leave stuff vague, as in like I said earlier, if you leave stuff vague, like love is love, attraction is attraction, I can't control who I'm attracted to, those type of theories or those type of ideas, yes, we understand them, but if you keep the conversation vague like that and don't let society actually dive in to why or what is actually going on, I'm not saying bad or good, but just actually paying attention to the detail of it, then you allow other things to use those same vague principles. I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. I was born this way. Then it becomes less of, so what's the difference between this and this? And so, like, even in the court of law, we use other cases to justify cases. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you're creating almost evidence or you're being a bridge for stuff that you don't necessarily
want to be a bridge
for. So that's just why it's not even open-mindedness. It's almost, I don't want to say selfish. It's just, to me, it's just, we have to dive into these things to understand shit. Not the map shit. I'm talking about like the other shit. Honestly speaking, the way where I'm from, bro, these niggas need to burn. Like, these niggas need to be set on fire publicly. Like, I don't care about nothing. Anybody in the group chat needs to be set on fire publicly. And that'll be the end of those group chats. I promise you.
I actually think it's a little bit of the opposite, to tell you the truth. Because I feel like a lot of it is argued from the angle of intellectualism. So there's all these policies.
But it's pseudo-intellectual. It's
yeah,
not
it's
really
like faux
smart.
intellectualism, exactly.
It's not
There's
smart.
all these like this is the words you say when you interact with this group. This is the terminology for these groups. There's so much litigation. It's just nothing but bureaucracy and policies of how you interact within these people's like societies and communities and like these certain cities that are progressive and stuff like that.
But that's
so
not,
that's why
I agree with
let
you.
him finish.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the concept that it's very generalized, but that in itself was a policy. Like, well, it's fluid. Oh, okay, so that's what the policy says. Yeah, it's fluid. So then we can write the sub policies the way we choose to. So now
As
all of a
time
sudden,
goes on, that's what I'm saying. You're creating space for something that you don't even have a definition for, just to create space. It's like having a room in a house, and they might need to put something in the room. You're like, nah, They're like, what are you using the room for? I don't know yet. I'm just leaving that space.
It's like an empty room. I like this space for a future couch, but I'm not sure what couch specifically. I might want a love couch. I might want a sectional, or I might want two lazy boys. I don't know yet. I'm just keeping it open just in case.
And I don't even care about that shit. But the real thing to what you're saying is they're mistaking progressiveness with intelligence. Being forward thinking on an idea or a subject does not make you smart or intelligent. You're just trying to be the first one to think of something.
I agree to that.
And so you're just trying to follow the natural sequence of things and try to be the first one there. That is not smart. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That, in my opinion, intellect is when you apply information to reality and you get the outcome that you know what I'm saying, that you want. So like,
put it to the test.
So that,
see how it holds, yeah.
That is not intellectual to me, to have such an idea and just be an idea and then like not even want to dive in the idea or sharpen the idea, and it's not even for, like I said, it's not even for me to sharpen. It's not for, I believe the extremes of every community should be held accountable by their community.
Agreed.
So you know what I'm saying, like
this is up to them. This is their problem, to be honest with you.
So yeah, I'm not even coming from a place of judgment, but it's just from the outside looking in. When you see stuff like this now enter the conversation, and now it's not even the problem. It isn't even that.
But to be fair, they are handling it, because I'm pretty sure Shu is bisexual. So she, technically speaking, is part of that community, and she's addressing this. Like, she's like, no.
But the problem is the comfortability.
Fair. No, I'm right there with you.
So the comfortability is a testament to how comfortable you're letting some of the darker.
I'm just saying they got to be louder. They got to shut this down and be a lot louder about it.
It's just I don't know. It's not interesting. I don't want to say it's interesting. It's just these people. Everybody's eventually gonna get louder.
Yeah.
And so now we're hearing this. We're hearing from this group. where we wouldn't have heard from them before.
All right, we talked about this longer than I was expecting to. Let's move on. Let's actually before we get to this, let's talk about something else I think that might be a good segue, which is the Sophia Eurista Florida Welcome to Rockville performance. So pull that up, Ian.
Man, that's who that girl
Y'all gonna
is.
think I
just
slept
keep
this
seeing
whole
that
episode.
picture.
I swear.
What'd you say?
They said they're gonna think I slept the whole episode because it covered my goddamn face.
So quick backstory. So Sophia Eurista is the lead singer for a band called Brass Against, and they're at a I think it's a festival or something like that in Florida. Also obviously Florida, welcome to Rockville, and she's performing. And as you can kind of see in this still, she brings a fan on stage, and we can't show you guys because of YouTube policies.
Oh yeah.
But definitely look this video up. But I don't think John or Doc's seen this yet, and we're gonna react. So, and Ian's gonna do his best to cover up a lot of it. So hopefully we don't get busted. So go for it, Ian.
Seen this.
You have seen this?
I haven't.
Okay, here you go, Doc. First time.
What?
You heard somebody say no fucking way.
Yeah.
God no. God no. God no. God no. God no. Ian, how you gonna Yo.
Yo.
The trumpet player walks
Oh, okay.
around
I need to look
with
at the
the
Ian version. Okay. Yo, it's raw and uncut on the left side of the screen, and I'm going through it. Oh my God, don't run it back. Jesus Christ, don't run it back. Son.
I just thought I'd continue the degeneracy. It's a good, continue the
She
degeneracy.
drank like 3 gallons before this show. That was, oh my, Ian, don't do this, bro. Please. I'm telling you.
Bro,
Don't
those stage
do
hands
this.
were probably.
Yeah, click
watching
off this,
that,
Ian. Let's
like,
not risk it popping up on
fuck.
screen where we're trying to. You did a good job covering it, bro. That was
Some
funny.
stage hand who's gonna have to
Yo,
clean that.
X
or
is
just
the
like,
thing.
nah, just
X,
start
press X on
like
the-
that.
Hold on real
the
quick, Doc.
tab.
Hold on. Okay, go for it, Doc.
X on the tab. Press X on the tab. Looking at that nasty ass shit, stupid ass bitch.
Go
What's
for it,
wrong
Doc.
with her?
What were you saying?
I was just saying the poor staff, man. Those people, fucking
Oh, that's a
poor
good point because
people.
they have to clean the
They
stage.
they have to clean that shit up, and that's like fucking like spill hazard and stuff. And
Question.
OSHA is
Question.
not approving, bro.
Question. Where does art end? Okay, because she deserved peeing in public. That's public nudity.
You say that's art?
Nope.
I say that's a public display of affection.
No, I'm saying, but that's what she would say. It was a performance.
What the fuck?
It was stage performance. But ain't she break some laws just now? She had to.
I would think so, honestly.
That guy was hyped.
Oh, he was super hyped. I bet you didn't take a shower that night.
Man, yo, shut up.
Ugh. Yeah, that dude was fucking rowdy after that.
John
Oh,
probably didn't
man.
see because he was trying not to watch. But after she was done, he was like,
But
Yeah,
did
he's
he
like
speak?
fist pumping.
But did he speak though?
my biggest question, and I don't want this image in my mind, but
Please no.
was his
Don't
mouth
even
open
ask
the
it.
whole time?
Damn, this nigga right here. This nigga wild.
Nah,
this
dude, I
this
didn't
whole
wanna think
episode
of
been a
that.
setup.
Right?
This whole episode been a setup. They set your
Who
boy
the
up.
fuck is Ashton Kutcher, man? Where's he at? We want to see him.
I'm getting punked today. I'm getting punked today.
Yeah, put that on screen Ian, and make it wide. That's funny. All right. Anything else to say about this? That was a viral clip. I thought it was. It goes to my argument, honestly, that I brought up, that I love bringing
Man,
back
fuck-
up to
fuck
Doc,
the
which
vaccine.
was what?
Fuck the vaccine.
Oh, at this point, right? Because of that. But it goes to my argument. I always like the little poke jabs at Doc, which is another example of another example to why you don't want an over sexualized society.
Man, you're just an old man, bro.
Hey, bro, 30 years old now.
Oh, that's a. I don't even know if that's a kink. I don't know what that is.
Nah, that's definitely a kink, dog. That is
You think
definitely a
so?
kink.
I don't know what that is, man.
That's a kink.
I couldn't tell.
That is a kink. People like to be peed on. People like to pee on people. That is a kink. And why are we doing that in public? Because we are normalizing all this.
Oh, you have
I
to
don't
remind
know,
me.
Degeneracy.
You have to remind me to give you a gift. keep forgetting to bring that shit.
I don't know, Doc.
That's not like normal. Like, what was the last time you saw the poster that said to do that?
Dude, we've seen a lot of stuff. It's not even specifically about the peeing. Like, it's just other things. Like, it goes back to the previous argument we had, because you start out here about one thing, it now lets another group of people feel more comfortable express themselves, and then since they got more comfortable, then another group of people feel comfortable expressing themselves, and we don't stop it. We don't say we don't draw a line. There's no more lines anymore because you leave everything so vague and so overly nuanced that it's like, why can't
That's
I?
a line, bro. That's a line.
Is it a line? Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you, but like,
I'm pretty into it, but I was still gonna be like, fuck no, I'm not gonna let you do that, or I'm not gonna
wait,
let other
whoa,
people
whoa,
that I
whoa,
know
whoa,
do
whoa,
that.
whoa, 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 rewind. No, John, what did you say? You're pretty into it?
No, I said I'm pretty open-minded, but I'm not gonna let people like do that. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm into like a lot of open stuff, but like not that. Like, dude, come on, like I'm gonna draw a line there. Like, what the fuck?
Man, Doc, one day I want to ask you a question to figure out where that line is. I'm curious
I'll
where
tell
that
you when
line
I find
stops.
it. Well, you know what? I fucking found it. It's being pissed on.
Now, can I ask you a question? Is it the fact that he was peed on, or was that just too much pee?
It's the fact that it's peed on. What the fuck? It's not a quantity thing. It's just an
It's
action.
not a quantity thing? Okay, cool. I just had to make sure.
Real quick, question time. What is the kinkiest thing you've experienced? I'm curious, like the farthest thing we've gone. Just because I want to point out we're not trying to kink shame, which you could, I guess, we're not trying to kink shame. Even though, yeah, we kind of are. It's just that there's a line, and what do you do behind closed doors? I really don't care. My only contention with this is
why you asking, bro?
Well, I'm not trying. No, I'm talking about specifically this video. I'm not trying to kink shame you. I'm just for the inner content's sake. Like, let's, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer. But because I'm pretty PG. Like, I always thought when I was growing up that I was this freaky dude. But then when I start talking to other people and see all this content, I realized, like, whoa, I'm actually super freaking vanilla. Like, wow, like I am actually so vanilla. But like I was trying to say, we're not trying to kink shame. My only thing is, what you do behind closed doors is what you do behind closed doors. I literally do not care what you do behind closed doors. My only issue is when you start making things public, because sometimes we don't need to see that. People don't need to see what you do behind closed doors. What I do privately, I don't want you to see that. I literally don't want people to see what I do in my bedroom. Don't want you to see it. Well, the fact that other people actually don't mind other people seeing, it's like, why? So that's my point. So I guess, yeah, for me, I don't even know what the kinkiest thing I've ever done. Like we joked about last time with butt stuff. Only thing I ever done kinky was finger in a butt. I really can't think anything past that. Maybe tie a girl up one time when I was dating this girl back in college. Tried to experiment a little bit. She let me tie her up. That was kind of fun. But I guess, what is that, bondage? Like that, but it was so minor. It didn't even last that long because it was, I don't want to get too into it, but it didn't last long. But that's the farthest thing I've gone with something kinky. John?
Same boat where it's like, I'm pretty vanilla. I like people. I like the idea of people being open-minded to try things out, but not like to that fullest extent. Like it's the self-respect thing, man. Honestly, to me, like if that guy, I guess, didn't feel he was being self-respected, well, that's it. But to me, that feels like disrespect, and I'm not in that. So I guess that's where the line draws for me, man.
Oh, getting pissed on.
Yeah, for sure that. Any kind of fecal matter, any kind of piss, like, no.
I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you. I'm a bougie ass nigga though. So like,
no, I know what you mean.
I don't like, man. Look,
I've seen you.
I don't even like my hair sloppy, son. I like my shit clean just like
man,
you found it.
For the longest time I've lived with this man, and every time he would instantly, take a shower. Immediately he's in the shower.
He's saying every time, but it's not a lot of times. He's just saying every time.
I didn't say a lot of how many times. I'm just saying every time you do it, if you're in the shower.
Just the implication, just gotta clarify.
I mean, there's no implication. I'm just saying that you have to take a shower.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still an innocent baby boy.
Where's Ian? Come out, Ian. Give him the look again.
Innocent baby boy, my boy. My boy.
This is the first time you'd ever seen anything like that. We just ruined him, scarred him for life.
Nah, but literally, I don't do anything like, son, I'm the opposite of a nasty nigga. Like, I'm straight on all of that shit. So,
yeah. Just like John said, like, I like adults. That's about it. Anything past that, it's like, I'm not that open minded. Doc, you got I don't know.
The
All right, let's move on.
thumb in the butt.
Thumb in the butt. All right, let's go to the Blizzard controversy. So, Doc, could you actually segue into this?
Yeah, so I guess on the segue of also more sex.
Pretty much the
Uh,
degeneracy. Let's get into it, right?
yeah. This fucking dude. So Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Activision Blizzard, and recently, within the past few months, I know we've talked about it a couple times. Um, Blizzard essentially got sued by the state of California for having a very, very sexually harassed culture built within it. And women had been like pleading about being sexually harassed. They had like floor directors and stuff like that that would go, and they even had like terminology for it. Like the boys would call it like rolling or something like that. And they would basically just kind of like get in a chair and just roll from cubicle to cubicle and like hit on girl after girl and stuff like that. To the point to where like there was reports of like guys having to pull out directors like by the arms like out of cubicles like off women and stuff like that. Like I don't know if they were like completely like on them already, like groping them or anything like that, but like guys would be like, dude, she doesn't want you to do that anymore, and like they would go in there and they would actually pull them out, and then they would file reports and
Spitting
stuff like
super
that.
aggressive game.
Yeah, they would be scared for filing reports and stuff like that because obviously like they were the bosses and stuff like that. So it was just a terrible place for women to work, and it's even men who felt uncomfortable by watching like the women that they worked with get harassed. So it also then came out that for some of the work trips, they would go and they would basically just like hire hookers, or they would hit on like the female employees that they had brought and stuff like that. So some real like Wolf of Wall Street. It's funny because everything that happened in that movie is actually happening in this fucking company. And so the exaggeration for what Wolf of Wall Street really wasn't is actually a reality within Activision Blizzard. And they had some of like the top directors for some of the video games book a hotel room, and they even put up a portrait of Bill Cosby,
Oh man,
and they
some
called
some
it.
of those pictures down here. You can scroll down, dude. I like there's so
Yeah,
many pictures. Oh no, it's
they
not this one.
it's not this article. Yeah, but this is one. This one's like the most recent article. So they called it the Cosby Suite, and they would just take girls up there, and they would just do what they did at the Cosby Suite, and it was aptly named. So they went with it. Once that shit got out, they like completely got rid of all those people. I think one of the guys, he was the inspiration for one of the characters in Overwatch. His name was McCree. He's like a cowboy. They straight up changed that character's name because of that dude. Since he was one of the persons that was shown in the photo at the Cosby Suite.
Cassidy, right?
And
Two Cassidy
yeah,
changed
I
from
think
McCready
they changed
Cassidy.
him to Cassidy or something like that. Some other cowboy name. But it got out within the past couple weeks. So this had already been going on for like a month or two, where it was just a burning fire for this corporation. But the publisher, which is, think of it like the label of the dev team or like the artists and stuff like that, is Bobby Kotick, and he is a part of Activision, which is called Duty, which is a huge title, and a lot of their money comes from it. He actively suppressed some of those cases. He even threatened like some of the people that were coming
Ooh.
out. Like they even have reports of him like saying like I'll fucking kill you and stuff like that. And
Wow.
some of the reports were crazy. Like I told you that one where they actually made a girl commit suicide because they
You did.
sent
I remember
pictures.
this conversation. That's wild.
Yeah, they sent pictures of her vagina like all around each other at a Christmas party or some shit like that. And then I think when one of the directors took her on a business trip, he took a bunch of dildos and he basically like pulled them out in front of her and was like, "So you're about it, right?" And she just got tired of the harassment and she eventually committed suicide. Allegedly, they haven't actually like said who the person was and stuff like that, but that is one of the cases in the lawsuit that they were investigating. So if that happened, then like there's some higher heinous charges that are come out from that. So this fucker Bobby Kotick, who's also like one of the sharks of the industry, like he fucking monetizes everything. He already had a bad rap for being a shark, but now that this came out and all of like his messages and stuff like that leaked of him basically like harassing people to suppress a lot of this documentation leaked, it's just it's hit the fan like to the point to the board directors. Not a lot of them. I think only like 1% of the shareholders got upset and were asking for him to step down, and he said no. But the reason why in the past week he's actually started to consider stepping down is because the lead game division guy for Sony came out saying it's really fucked up what's happening at Activision. And then Phil Spencer, the lead guy for Xbox, came out and said the same thing. And today, the lead for Doug Bowser, the lead for Nintendo, came out and said the exact same thing. And like they're all condemning this company. So at this point, the platforms that he's putting games out are basically like setting up the chessboard to be like, we don't want it anymore. We're fuck you. Like we're done. We're out. So now he's actually at the hot seat and his fucking feet are against the fire. So he's making this vow that he's going to try to change the problems internally for the company, and if he can't do it in time, he's going to step down. But honestly, like he's
Can he be
part of the
fired?
reason.
How is he not fired or
It seems like he's trying to shred the evidence before he gets out.
Well, they've already been caught doing that. So if he does it again and they catch him again, like it's fucked. Because they
That's
actually
what
do
Rob was
have
saying.
reports of them shredding HR evidence from the previous like lawsuits or not previous cases, not lawsuits, within Blizzard. So he can't be fired because he's a part of the board. Essentially, the board has to tell him to leave.
I was about to say, can't the board like vote him out or something? However that works. I'm
So
not sure how
here's
that
the
works.
thing: the board are his buddies that he put in there.
I got a
So-
great segue after this, then, but keep going.
So previously, that's why only like 1% isn't his buddies, and they're actually like a group of people who are like pushing for basically they're like the justice warriors of
Dude,
like
they're
the board
doomed
members.
in this case. I can't see
They
if this is true. Like this is a small group of guys, and they're just clearly, as you've been saying, they have been suppressing this, and they're not. No one's getting the axe. And I don't see how Blizzard recovers. Like the same people are still in charge, so I don't see how they recover.
well, that's why I think he's saying that he'll most likely leave.
But it's not only
So-
him. I think him and everybody else needs to recover because the friends also I would argue are accountable too. If they're as close as friends as you just said, they knew. Like there's no way they didn't know.
Yeah, that's true. They would essentially have to cut the head off the snake to
Cut the
hope
whole
it
body.
regrows.
They need a fresh
I-
new snake.
I don't think the whole body, because not everybody who works there was like a part of this. A lot of people were just experiencing it, and even then, if you do that,
Three-quarters of the body.
yeah. The problem with it is like you put a lot of people out of jobs when you do that. Just like, so that's one of the things that was happening where people were like, should we boycott the games now? Because we clearly don't support this. But then there's people that are like, no, don't boycott the game because I'm just a worker. Like I wasn't a part of this. It was all the executives. So you're gonna fuck me to like be an activist, and that's not necessarily the point. So that's why everyone's trying to
I mean,
get
that kind
at
of is the point, isn't it?
executives. Well, not necessarily, dude, because you're hurting somebody who's just collateral damage.
But that's what
for-
happens when you protest and you become an activist. And I use an extreme example as when activists and protesters get in streets and block traffic. You're not going at the true heart of the problem. You're stopping citizens. I'm just going to work. I'm just doing what I need to do every day, but you're inconveniencing me, not the politicians, not the people who you really want to hear you and who really can make a change. You're doing it to me. So that's why it's
Well-
like I get what you're saying, but it's it's
Well,
how it
that
always
doesn't-
is, though.
That does make sense. The problem is that like your decision isn't should I take over a street. It's like should I just buy a video game that I'm probably not going to play.
But you want to
And-
protest. You want to make a statement. The whole thing is making a statement. I guess I'm simplifying it too much, but the whole point of it is to make a statement that I do not condone or agree with the way you've been handling or hold yourself when it comes to this situation or whatever. And I need to find a way to publicly let you know while also affecting your pocketbook. Yes, of course, it's going to affect the lower level people, but you can't. You have to affect the lower level people to inevitably affect the higher ups. Like it's inevitable. It's inevitable. That's why I get what you're saying, but like then they're not going to be held accountable at that point because there's too many people at the bottom who are going to be affected. Like I get it. You don't want to affect them, but if you want to make a change, like that's the whole point of protesting and being an activist. You got to be loud. Some people got to take a hit, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah, I guess I do see your point, but that also is kind of like the reason why you should be encouraged to vote. because that's how you would hit a politician if you vote. And
I mean,
so
that's a whole different
similarly,
discussion, but
like
I agree with
here,
you.
like if you were trying to go at the executives, like that 1% of the board who is genuinely like saying like this is what we need to do. Um, what ended up happening though is all the PR around this, once it hit the other platform leaders, that's where you're fucked. Because literally, if you can't deal with the other platforms, like you can't sell games. It doesn't matter, and
So
that's when the entire
my
thing just
question
fucking
is:
dies.
are you saying that the 1% of the board should have done this boycott, or are you saying the
No,
actual
like people,
the
like
staff?
everybody. No,
Both,
everybody.
honestly, but
Like
sure.
consumers, like
Yeah.
don't buy the next Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like period, just because of the
And you're saying
culture that the
regardless
company
of who
puts out of
takes
it.
it, that they're just collateral damage in the bigger.
I'm not trying to be cynical like that, but I'm not saying they should do that, even though arguably I wouldn't be against it, to be completely honest. But I'm just saying that's what happens when you protest, when you make a stand, when you become an activist and all that stuff. The whole point is you're going to affect somebody by making this stand, by making this protest, by making this public or whatever, the statement.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the word is naive to want to make a statement without considering the ramifications of making that statement, to making that protest, to making that.
The only thing I would consider is how fast you want the change done, or how fast you're considering the balance of what you're risking for having the change done. Because this way, now we know about the issue. For us to be talking about it on the podcast has probably reached out pretty far, and so he's being condemned by other platforms. And so now there are people who get to keep their job as well as him resigning. But that's just the
Yeah,
past.
that would be the best way for it to play out. Because at this point, like all the other board members, like these are also their jobs, and if they're all just like Bobby, like you fucked up, maybe the maybe the other board members are gonna eat him. I'm just be like, all right, man, we're
Yeah,
gonna
he's
keep
pretty
our jobs,
cocky to
we're gonna
even
keep our
stay.
fucking money.
Yeah, I agree. That's
He's
my
pretty
issue.
cocky.
Like
He's
the fact that
pretty
he
cocky.
hasn't resigned yet is just like, wow, that's
He's a scumbag.
that's why part of me, I guess, to be completely honest, is like, bro, Blizzard's got to fall. Because if he's not leaving, then all right, then we're going after Blizzard. We're going to put pressure on Blizzard. Because, yeah, like, that's crazy. That's wild.
I actually think all of it
Wow.
though. It's not even well for sure. Like Blizzard's like the most like at the ready to fall. They've been doing a lot of like
they've been falling
sleazy
hard
shit recently too.
Do they still have
they've
World of
been
Warcraft
monetizing.
going?
No, that's everyone's going to Final Fantasy, like me and
Yeah.
Doc and I.
Oh, really?
Well, they do have it going, but like it was
lost.
being highly monetized. People didn't like the direction it was going into because it was too corporate.
Okay.
And then this shit happened, and like Gene said, like people just straight up boycotted. We're like, no, I'm not giving any more money. Like I don't believe in what you're doing. We're out.
And they said,
And
wow.
so they left. Yeah, they said, wow, we're out. Fuck it.
Okay.
But like COD is also affected.
Yeah,
So like the most recent Call of
Warzone out
Duty
this.
Vanguard,
Mhm.
they didn't put Activision on it because of this.
Oh, really?
If you see all the trailers, it just says like Call of Duty, and like they don't talk about like their company name like it used to be. Like,
See,
the
they're
trailers would
trying
show it at
to
the
get
front.
a
And
see.
they gave us that free trial. I think that shit's still going.
See? Are we okay with this? As long as we get a game right, we'll turn a blind eye. As long as you give us some free stuff.
That's what they're hoping, bro. They're trying to pull it. They're trying to go at
that's
it.
my point, though.
Yeah.
See, that's
Hey,
what
y'all
I'm
can say
saying.
what y'all saying. I'm not a hypocrite. Look, Chick-fil-A just standing on that chicken sandwich. They can say whatever the hell they want. You feel me? As long as that shit's spicy, no pickle, and a little cheese on it. Y'all stomp where y'all need to stomp on.
Yeah, but Chick-fil-A's not doing nothing like this.
Nah, I'm just playing.
They
But no,
stick it
yeah,
to
obviously this
their
guy should be
Christian
fired.
morals.
Obviously,
Yeah.
this guy should be fired. Obviously, like, look at the dude. Like, he looks like a map. Is that what it called?
It looks like map. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
It's a map, the minor attracted person.
Yeah. I was like, God damn it.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I don't know. Y'all have me
Man,
baffled.
but yeah,
today.
the best case scenario would be that this guy fucking resigns. Like he needs to go, dude. Like
He should have been resigned. Like he should have already
Yeah.
been gone.
he
Like-
just he set up the board so well that he could stay no matter what the fuck was happening. And only once the other platformers were like, no, we don't agree with that. And now he's actually feeling it.
He's actually considering the fact that. So this is what it is. This you can tell the culture was so bad that first off, him resigning didn't come to his mind at first. At first, when this leaked, that means he was comfortable going into the boardroom and was not threatened at all. That's how bad it was. Then, like you said, all the platforms came out and spoke against him. Then can you imagine saying, well, then I'll think about it, and just putting that out in the world to see, well, let's see what they say. Let's see what that think about it does. Buys me a
I
little
think
bit
his
more time. What the fuck?
his messages though, like once his emails and stuff like that, I think that's the most damning stuff. Because
But
it's
yet-
just directly him.
As we stand here today, he's still the CEO.
Yeah, dude, he has a lot of control. Okay, so when this shit first broke out,
Blizzard's got to go.
when this shit first broke out, the HR lady wrote a fucking letter that basically said like their company like statement for the situation, and it was super tone deaf. Everybody was really upset. So that lady eventually ended up quitting, and then fucking Wall Street Journal found out he wrote the fucking letter, and he made her put it out.
And she
She fucking said
Blizzard's
she
got to
wrote it.
go. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. If we got to take him out, Blizzard's got to go. I'm sorry, guys. You work for Blizzard. I know my brother has to know someone who works at Blizzard personally. I'm sorry. You got to go.
You're finna send a cluster strike.
You got to go. Cluster strike. Like, nuke it.
Yeah, dude, this guy's gonna get a fucking movie made in like 5 years.
That's a good point. We're probably going to see a movie about this.
Yeah.
A documentary, maybe.
Him and
I
Epstein.
just think it's so weird that it's a video game company. This isn't some fucking Wall Street. This isn't some like crazy like tycoon industry. Like you know what I mean? Like the way we
So-
normally see in
Shut
movies.
hold
up,
on.
Doc.
It's a
This
fucking
makes the
company.
most sense. Out of anywhere,
Well, hold on. Let me
they ain't
explain.
get bitches their whole
Exactly.
life.
I
And then you gonna let
He told me
let
that
them
yesterday.
get a
That's
little bit
literally
of
what I was
power.
saying, Doc, the other
You
day.
get a little bit
Literally.
of power. You get a little bit of money. You got goddamn trying to get your rocks off.
Now I finally get
They
the,
have
the,
no
the
game.
super alpha masculine guy.
Yeah, lame
Yep.
ass niggas. There's a group of lame ass niggas doing some lame ass nigga shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just so funny. Gene literally said that yesterday when I mentioned the.
Where else
the
would this
idea
happen?
Talking about this.
Yo, that's funny. All right, so perfect transition to Bobby Kotick and his board member buddies to the TikTok where, so we have a podcast, Suburb Talk, and they ask a question, and real quick, let me see you can move that, get that pop up out of the way, Ian, so I can see the title of the TikTok. So, would you let your homies cheat on their girlfriends and never say anything to them about it? So pretty much, I'm trying to expand it to, why don't guys hold their friends accountable? So real quick, let's watch the TikTok and then let's dive into it.
How many shares of my
I
girlfriend do
feel-
you own?
What'd you say?
I said, how many shares of my girlfriend do you own?
How many shares of my girlfriend do you own?
Do you have majority vote, bro? I don't know.
Like guys are more like they protect their friendship more. Like they have their bros back no matter what. Like y'all have like that brotherhood or
Bro
whatever.
code.
Sometimes it's like a little too far because dude, like y'all would see your homeboy cheating
Oh, okay. So you take
and then
it.
you guys will like cheer him on or whatever and like won't call him out for
I
it.
wouldn't fuck with that.
I don't think I'd ever
It's
sit
tough.
you guys down and put
I
you
don't
on the
think-
spot.
no,
Unless
but
you're dating my sister, then I'm
If
like,
I
what
know
the,
the
fuck is your
girl,
issue?
oh dude, this is hard. I
Unless
don't
you-
think I would let you cheat though.
You'd
You don't
sit
have
me
to
down?
like snitch on
I
him.
would.
You
That's
can
cap.
like talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I would
No, why
exactly
would you not
snitch
talk
on
to
you.
him about it?
It ain't my
Without the girl
business.
there?
It ain't my
That's what I'm
business.
saying. Most men are like that.
It ain't my business.
What if
Why would I come up to either of y'all, sit
Actually-
y'all down and be like, bro, why the fuck are you cheating? It ain't my business. That's
You're right.
that's your shit. I
You're
don't give a
right.
fuck.
that's true? But you should call us out.
But
bro.
okay,
No.
what you're gonna say though?
That's
is-
cap.
No,
Yeah.
Carrie, but
No, and
I'd
he's
probably
okay,
smack the
listen,
shit out of Carrie if
okay,
you did
but
that.
if one of you guys is dating
Feels
you
your sis-
or you
yeah.
or my sister, that
Yeah.
those
That's
three
different.
and my mom
Feel
and maybe
that.
my
Or
grandma,
else I don't give a
those
fuck.
four are probably like the
Yeah,
only
see?
exceptions. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, bro, what the fuck is your issue?
Yeah.
Unless she's my best, like my best.
That's what I was
best
saying.
Friend.
And I think I would
Yeah.
have to just know her.
I'm confronting your ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If I'm cheating, period.
Yeah.
no matter who it
if
is.
I know and
Yeah, no matter who
you're
it
like
is.
in the fault,
Yeah.
I'm being cautious about you. Say you get caught, bro. Like I'm just worried. Like,
What, she's gonna beat the fuck out of me? What do you mean?
no, it's just like it
Okay, but look
sucks,
at this, bro.
'cause-
Okay, let's say this. Like
These
your
girls are
girlfriend, she
actively
has
watching
homeboys that would
Bro
fuck
Code.
Pause
you
it,
up.
pause
And I
it.
knew
What'd you
that.
say,
I'd
Doc?
be like,
I said those girls are actively watching bro code
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, they really are. Let's finish. I think that's enough.
Nick,
Honestly,
you're-
we get it right here. I guess that just goes down to bro code. Like, I don't think I've ever sat down a friend and talked to a friend about the cheating. And if he ever was cheating, I think verbatim I've just said like, bro, just don't get caught. Like, be careful about this. Be smart about this. Like, just don't be dumb at it. Like, you're being dumb cheating, period. But if you're going to do it, don't be dumb about it. And is that toxic? Probably, I guess. I'm not. I wouldn't say it's not toxic.
I've if I've been approached that my friend is cheating or whatever, I've always just been like, I kind of just listen and kind of don't be reactive. Kind of don't say yay or nay or anything like that. Just kind of keep quiet or whatever. And then I always do. You know me, I'm a devil's advocate, so I always goddamn. I
Ask
just have to let
questions.
you know your risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it worth
Risk assessment.
So is it? I do ask that question. Is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's worth it, well, hey man, then just either
Do
let
you?
it go. But I just had to tell you that as your friend. And then after that, after I do my due diligence as your friend, then it's like that's on. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Like I'm not. But I've said how I feel about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I have said how
But
I feel about it. So
I feel like that goes with any friendship with guys. Like
But
I'm always gonna say how I feel about
I
something,
also
but I'm not gonna.
don't want to. This isn't a guy thing.
What do you mean?
Girls do this shit too.
Oh,
So
for
like
sure.
I'm not here for that. Her just putting it on guys. That's a human being thing. Like that's a friendship thing. We're not friends with the people that
Well,
you're dating,
real
so
quick,
it
real quick.
automatically.
I don't think. I think her thing wasn't as a whole just the whole cheating thing. I think she's using it as an example.
I
It's
wasn't just talking about the cheating thing.
I think she just means specifically like when it comes to guys, like because I think that is true amongst guys. Maybe it is true for girls too.
It is.
But they prioritize the friendship
No.
sometimes over.
No,
No.
I do not believe girls will be. Oh, girl, she gonna say the same shit. Girl, make sure you don't get caught. You don't want to lose blank, blank, blank. If is it worth it? Da, 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 da. They might say the same thing, but they still gonna help. What the fuck? Unless the girl wants the guy, and vice versa with a guy too. Like,
Yeah.
you're still gonna. I just think friends are gonna be like that for friends.
So it's just a
a-
friend thing. It's
I
not
think
a guy
that's
or girl
just
thing. It's just a friend thing.
Because she's sitting there, but she would want, no matter what she says, she would want the same from her friend. She would want the same from her friend.
What,
There's
to
no-
call her out or to
no,
help facilitate
both.
her or keep her mouth shut?
both.
Don't snitch.
Yeah, exactly. All of the above.
Be a loyal friend.
But me, I say my piece, and then like, I also tell you, who the fuck am I? Why does my opinion even matter? I say that shit all the time. Like, so
I think the
just
only
had to
time
say
I've
it.
ever cheered somebody on for racking up their number is when they're single. Like I've never
Yeah, it's
been
not-
like, yeah, bro, you're married, go get her. Like,
yeah. I also think
never
like
fucking done
Yeah,
that.
I agree,
ever.
never.
I agree. And then like any friend that I've had like brag to me about them cheating.
I've never experienced that either.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it just seems weird to me. It's an awkward conversation because you're automatically putting in my morals. You're automatically saying you think that I'm cool with that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so like anytime I've been approached with like a friend bragging about cheating, it'll be like I just don't respond. Like I really just also I don't think about bragging about conquest ain't even a thing for me, to be honest with you anymore. Like even if you're single.
Even if you were, that's something you do when you're in high school. Maybe. Like
Yeah,
I remember
but,
in
like,
high
even
school,
if
like
you're
you'd brag
single-
about it, but like once the older you get, it's like not something you really
Oh, I
brag
just
about.
bagged this girl and
Yeah.
you show me on Instagram or something like that. It's cool, I guess, but it just doesn't. I don't know. It's just not normal conversation for me. So as far as like me being supportive of cheating, no. And then like
Well, it's not even a supportive thing. Her whole thing was just we just as in her perspective,
We don't
guys,
call each other
we just
out.
don't call each other out, which
Yeah, we do.
I also disagree with.
We do-
do
I
call each
disagree
other
with
out. It's
that
just not in the way
completely.
I think she would want us to, like
she wants us to stop each other from doing it.
yeah.
I need to physically stop you from cheating because that means that
Or
if
in a
I
level
don't
of
stop you
shun?
from cheating,
Shame?
yeah, you should no longer be friends with a cheater.
Yeah.
But then also, this is my thing, Gene. A sin is a sin is a sin is a sin. First off, y'all want to talk like that. Marriage is a different thing from dating. And I do believe in exclusivity while dating. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you want to say that him cheating is bad or therefore he should no longer be friends with him, there'd be a million reasons for everybody, not just men and men, women, they, them, whatever the fuck, to not be friends because we're all imperfect. We all have our own little shits. So like at that end, we wouldn't have friends. We
All our
just
shits are
wouldn't-
unique.
Yeah, we all are. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like cutting people off or shunning people or wanting to do them because of them, why do I care about that guy's relationship with the girl?
I could be wrong, but I think the top comment right here might be her. I'm probably wrong here, but it says real friends say something and keep you in check. What do you mean keep you in check?
But look, what if you're what? And I'm not condoning cheating, but I'm
Moral,
just
like,
saying,
question.
literally, what is the purpose of me making sure your relationship works?
No, I'm right there with you. I'm like, why is that part of my responsibility? If you want some insight, then yes, I will tell you in that moment. You probably because you cheated, or probably because you're cheating, dude. Like, if you want to know why your relationship is bad, it's because you're cheating.
And
like, you're not fully in this.
And you think,
But it's not my responsibility to check you and tell you, like,
boom, you just said it too. For example, if the guy gets caught cheating, right, and he comes back to the homies and he's like, "Yo, I don't understand why she left me. I don't understand. She just selfish. I don't understand why she left me. And he's been telling us that he been cheating the whole time. You don't think we gonna say something? We gonna say, nigga, because you been cheating, bro. What are you talking about? You got caught?
Why you mad for?
That's what happened.
You probably got caught. I'm gonna call Cindy up, bro. Like,
as far as holding each other accountable, whereas honestly speaking, I feel like it'd be more of a feminine thing to actually excuse some of it because the girl is distressed. Like, I'm not gonna excuse the fact that my homie was cheating because he's sad that his girl broke up with him. I'ma still say it no matter what he feeling at the moment. I'll be like, yo, she left me because you was cheating. Like, I might even laugh a little bit because, like, that's karma. That's just how the world works.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
I would laugh for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and he's sitting here crying, talking about he don't know what she did. That's
really crying,
that's hilarious
bro. You know what
to
you're
me.
doing.
Exactly.
It's
but
hilarious.
Another
Exactly.
girl.
Got
I would
caught
hope.
slipping.
I would hope that girl. So this is just me, I guess, stereotyping and generalizing. I would hope that girls would say, "Yeah, girls, because you cheated."
No, they
Instead of,
prioritize. I agree with you. They would prioritize the emotions
emotion.
because she's upset that she got caught cheating. The girls, instead of because you cheated, they would try to console her. They'll prioritize the empathy and all
they
that
probably say,
stuff.
well,
I agree with that personally.
You only cheated because of.
Yeah, they try to rationalize it. I agree with you. Personally, I do, and we're probably jaded, but I agree with that.
And that's a real question if you're actually talking about this. Men, if she wants to talk about the difference between men and women, men don't rationalize cheating amongst men.
There probably are some.
I'm sure.
I can't think of
but
it right
in general,
now,
why? Because she's pretty. She's what? Like, think about it.
Why'd you cheat? Because she was pretty.
Like,
And that's
it's just
probably
between
it, too.
boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
like between boys. Like, why'd you cheat, dude?
Bro, she was hot.
They're not gonna even tell you nothing about their girlfriend.
It wasn't.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Some of the
Think
interactions.
about it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you because go on, Doc.
I feel like building up to cheating or like seeing your friend cheat, like you start seeing the signs of like, oh man, his relationship's going south, or like, you okay, man? And then you see
It's
them
people
go
cheating
like
in
start talking
completely
about
happy homes.
I feel like if you're actually openly like talking to each other and shit like that, you'll start hearing like complaints and stuff like that, and then eventually, I don't expect them to be like, yo, I think I'm gonna cheat. Like, I don't ever. If I heard that, I'd be like, well, why? Like, what's the cause? What do you do? Are you sure that's the right thing to do?
Because that's not how men act.
Yeah, I think if they just did it, then I'd be like, dude, for real, man? Like, was that really the best? It's always kind of an aftermath situation.
Because we don't put that much into the cheating.
I guess you're right then. You're right on that. Because I was thinking about, like, I can visually see it, but it's not until I get asked for advice or
that's
about
different.
the situation, then I don't say anything.
So that's what I'm even saying. Even if the guy is amongst, and I'm talking about the conversation specifically, not actually what's going on internally in the guy who's cheating. So like the conversation between the guy and his friends would be like, oh, why'd you cheat? Or not even, because the question wouldn't even be why'd you cheat. Oh, why'd you know what I'm saying, smash? Or he'll probably tell you, oh, I didn't expect it, or, we ended up at this hotel, or whatever story he's going to tell you. But it's going to be about the night. It's going to be about his interaction with the girl. 9 times out of 10,
they don't bring up
he
the
won't
girlfriend.
bring up the girlfriend. Chances are he'll only bring up the girlfriend if he's specifically talking about his actual relationship. So, like, it would be like, after talking about the cheating, you'd be like, damn, if you ask him a follow-up question like that involved his girlfriend, why did you do that to your girlfriend? Then the guy would be like, this and this is going on, this and that is going on. He'd try and probably reverse and justify it there. But most of the time I've ever heard guys cheat, like, they've never talked to me about, like, oh, my girlfriend. It was never anything like, I'm just doing this to spite my girlfriend type of thing.
Or just basically a weak moment of lust.
But also, I've never spoken to any. No, that's not true. I've spoken to a couple girls who have cheated, and most of the time it's
because of the
boyfriend.
boyfriend. They have an
100%.
excuse because he wasn't giving me enough attention. He wasn't
Abusive, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is,
It's
from the
just-
dramatic to
Mhm.
or not justifiable to unjustifiable.
Yeah,
Like they're
100%. But it normally rotates around, and I'm not saying
That's
that to be
interesting.
selfish.
So do you think girls premeditate cheating and guys
Yes.
just kind of stumble into it?
yes, I do. To a degree,
Guys do premeditate cheating to a certain
Yeah.
extent.
I think
I think
generally
too.
guys stumble into it. I think it's a majority guys stumble, minority
opportunity.
premeditate it. Opportunistic. Guys opportunistically cheat
Yeah.
more than they actually premeditatedly cheat, if that's the proper way to word
Yeah.
it. Whereas girls premeditatedly cheat more than they opportunistically cheat.
I'll just say, I won't even use like
Girls are smarter about
girls,
it. Like,
I'll just say girls are more invested. I believe, and this is just an opinion. Girls are more invested when they cheat than guys are to when they cheat. As in, the investment into the cheating is a little bit less for the guy. Like,
well, because guys can sleep with anyone. Literally, guys see a girl walking down the street and they're down to have sex. Whereas girls, it's not like that. Like, girls aren't just gonna have sex with just some random guy down the street. They gotta take me out to dinner, show me a good time. You gotta talk to me, get to know me. Like, there's a process to it, which is why I made the argument in past podcasts that girls cheat is worse than guys cheating. Personally,
I actually think that might also be why like we don't talk about it before we do it. Because to me, like when I see a guy like even though he's got a girlfriend or a wife, and I see him kind of eyeing a different girl or like macking her, I'm just like, oh, like he's just being a guy. Like he's just like he's just sexually aroused. Like I don't
he's
think
appreciating
he's
her
actually gonna cheat.
beauty.
Yeah, like I don't think he's actually gonna cheat or anything like that. So I don't really stop him afterwards
given
and
the
be like,
chance.
yeah, I don't stop him and be like, dude, what the fuck was that? Huh? You have a girlfriend? Like what? To me, it's just like, oh, he's controlling his emotions. Like he's good. But if he tells me, hey, I need help, then fuck yeah, I'll jump in and be like, all right, man, let's get you away from her, I guess.
Right.
All right. My last thing I just want to say is the whole keep you in check thing is just weird to me. Like, that's not a friendship. In a friendship, you're not supposed to keep me in check. Maybe I don't even want to say accountable. It's just if I come out to you, then yes, give me your opinion, blah blah blah. But like we're not in a romantic relationship. Like you're not
raising me either.
Exactly. Like that's weird. That is weird.
Did I have to pull you to check? First off, if I ever pulled any of my homies to the side and was like, dude, I just got to talk to you, man. I don't think what you're doing to your girlfriend is really right. Da, 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 da. Do you know what they're gonna say to me?
Get the fuck out of my face.
They're gonna say, what do you have going on with my girlfriend?
Good point. That's actually a good point. Yeah.
Why do you care so much?
Why do you care so much? Yep.
You invested in her feelings? That's
sus. That's sus. All right. Do you guys want to talk about LeBron?
LeBron punched a nigga in his mouth and his eye with one fist, one punch.
That's how big his hand is.
One punch, man. Saitama punch.
Yeah, let's cover this real quick.
Wait, did he really do that?
No, yeah, here, pull it up. All right, pull up the video. Boom, here it comes. Can you see it, Doc?
Yeah, I'm watching.
All right.
Right here, trying to rebound. Right there.
Look at that lip and eye. Lip and eye in one punch. Wah-bah.
I'm glad you caught all of that.
Dude, that was intentional, bro. There's no way that wasn't intentional. He put some oomph into that one.
Yeah. Let me tell you why he did that shit on purpose. One, first off, Isaiah Stewart's gonna make him fall.
Real quick. Who's at fault? We didn't really see the full context.
Are you talking about the little for the scuffle and everything after?
Well, everything, I guess.
There's a scuffle afterwards?
A little bit.
Isaiah Stewart literally was throwing referees, coaches, and his teammates off of him like the Incredible Hulk.
Get the clip. Yeah, I told you. Just in case I had the clip ready. I told you. Just in case.
Uh-oh, we got Isaiah Stewart and LeBron. Isaiah wants some of him.
Commentator. You switch the boxing mode.
Isaiah's not going away. They called technical fouls because they dusted up in the lane during the free throws. Isaiah's going after him. They've got to hold him back. Wow.
Damn,
Yo!
bro. Wow.
Yo, I kind of don't
He's
blame him,
bleeding
dude.
badly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I
Like,
kinda
I'd be
don't blame
mad
him.
too.
You can see why he is so upset.
Yep, you can see why he's so upset.
They take their hands off. He may go after him again. He got hit up the side of the head.
Good call, dude. Good call.
Yeah,
Like
this is
he's
sad.
angry.
Young man's going to get himself in big trouble with the league.
And that's when LeBron got a little scared when he saw him just tackle through like 4.
Hey, hold on.
I don't think
Hold
LeBron
on.
got
I like to
scared.
shout out to the fact that it was Hoodie Mello that pulled up beside LeBron. That boy put up with the hood on. Your boy, you know, when Hoodie Mello on, you know what that is? That's a straight shooter, you hear me? Straight goddamn shooter, you hear me? But nah, I mean, honestly, I would have been interested in that little the fisticuff, see if Bron really hip in year 19. A couple things. Isaiah Stewart, first off, the ball went in the net. So all of the punch happened after the ball went in the net. So it was definitely on purpose. Second off, Isaiah Stewart should have been battling with DeAndre Jordan on the low post. He is pushing on LeBron on the high post. LeBron is furthest away from the rebound. So he takes LeBron off 1 foot. LeBron sees that he's about to fall or he's being leveraged to fall and decides, fuck that, I'm finna hit this nigga. I'm in year 19. I'm not finna fall and break a goddamn limb. Press play a little bit. You see him on one leg. Boom. Swings. Get off of me. Boom. Now, he meant to swing. I don't think he meant to hit him lip and face because look how low his head is. I don't think he meant to do that. But boom. And then also, in the first video you showed us, LeBron's mouth clenches right before impacting him.
So you're like.
Oh,
what?
he did it on purpose.
Oh,
You
okay.
see his mouth literally.
Yep.
Yeah, he does that right before. Look.
Yeah, I didn't think he thought that he was
Boom.
that low. He
Boom.
was probably aiming
Yep,
for,
You
like,
see
his
the mouth.
shoulder
Boom.
or
Clench.
like his chest or something.
Yeah. But so immediately LeBron's like, my bad. You know, I apologize.
Nah.
And dude was calm at first. Actually, they were talking. He was calm at first. Then that blood touched his mouth. And it's a different thing when that blood hits your own blood. You start tasting it. He doesn't even know how bad he looks. He just imagines that he's.
I bet you his
drenched in
teammates too were like, "Dude, you are fucked up."
Yeah, you know they
Just
they
like,
boosted it.
"What?"
You know they boosted it. I know one of them teenagers could be me. And so, I mean, they're ready to throw the fisticuffs. LeBron came. The NBA already decided LeBron got 1 day suspension, 1 game suspension. Isaiah Stewart got 2 game suspension.
See, I don't know. I get because of his reaction that he got the extra day, but like LeBron's the one who still threw it. And it obviously, like, I don't think there probably is some dispute, but I don't think it's disputable. Like, it was purposeful.
So
like,
the thing with
he
suspensions
intentionally
you have
did
to
it.
keep in mind too is they're not actually on a case by case basis. They go based on your history. They go based on a lot of things. And LeBron's literally never he's been ejected from 1 game before, and he's never been assessed a flagrant 2. This was his first flagrant 2 ever in his life. It's the first time being ejected for anything physical. He's only been ejected twice, like I said. And so they have to count that in your history. Like, is LeBron a dirty player? No, he's not seen as a dirty player. Even though he does flop or whatever you want to call it, he's not seen as a dirty player.
That's not like flagrant.
Yeah.
So what about Isaiah? What's his
Isaiah
record?
Stewart is seen as an enforcer, and so he often would get into these type of
Scuffles.
yes. So like it's possible Isaiah Stewart was probably on LeBron all day, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
And so like that was LeBron finally getting tired of it and just letting
Let
some
him
dirt
know a
out.
little bit, a little
Yeah,
check.
Yeah, but that check, boy.
No, a little
we
too
couldn't
much.
It was too much.
boy.
It was too much.
That boy, but lip and eye with 1 punch.
Yeah.
And he wanted more. Anyway, Isaiah Stewart is 6'7", 250. LeBron James is 6'9", 270.
I mean, they're both 2 big guys.
That'd be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight.
I bet you everybody in the crowd was just like, "Oh shit, this is."
I ain't
You're
gonna cap you
hype.
down.
Like,
I ain't
I'm
gonna cap you down. I think LeBron would have hit him with a crazy uppercut, and that would have been it. I think if LeBron really had to, like,
An uppercut?
LeBron, I think because think about it. First off, LeBron's not gonna throw a punch. He has too much money. He has too much money invested in the NBA for him to literally have to throw a punch. So it would have to be dire circumstances for him to feel, I'm me, the face of the NBA, need to throw a punch live on national television. But I think
So you throw an uppercut instead?
I think what? At a wild person running up to you? They leave their chin wide open.
I guess I put myself in the situation too much.
That's what I'm thinking about. Like, if this guy's coming at you,
It's uppercut.
can LeBron kind of just fucking zen out and be like, all right, I'm going to use your own, like, move.
Your leverage. I'm going to turn out my side and just give you one to the chin. You're going to be sleeping in the direction that you came, too. Just keep going. I don't see Westbrook thought he was finna do something. Yeah, all right. He was finna be out for the rest of the season, my boy.
Damn, I guess his nail cut him then? That's what got him?
No, it didn't look like it.
The hammer cut him,
yeah,
nigga. Not the nail, my boy.
Yeah,
you hit him with that hammer fist.
Here, one more time.
Hammer fist.
Yeah, I don't think there's a nail in there. That was straight. That was a club.
Hammer fist.
Yeah, it's maybe that pink knuckle.
Hammer fist.
Yeah. If anything, I guess the pinky, but nah, I don't think so. That was.
Look at that force.
Nah, it's probably like the.
That nigga
knuckle,
trying to start a
the
lawnmower,
pinky.
bruh. That's what it looked like. He's trying to start a lawnmower.
Honestly, to give credence to Doc's point, I like go that angle. Replay that angle real quick, Ian. I think LeBron was trying to aim for his chest.
Yeah, he
like,
was.
You're right. He was
That's
too
what
low.
I'm saying. He was too low. His head was too low.
Yeah, he puts his hand out like, oh shit, my bad.
Because if you think about it, if he was standing up like he normally would, that's a chest shot.
It was a chest shot. He was trying to check him in his chest.
Yep, that's a chest shot.
Yeah. But he had his head low.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The aftermath video was hilarious. Like he
A lot
was,
of people-
he was tearing.
A lot of people too.
through
A lot of
people.
A lot of people too. They keep saying, you know, da 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 da. I ain't gonna cap you down, my boy. I'm gonna be real with you, man. A lot of people don't want to give LeBron that he would have won this fight. I'm trying to tell y'all. I got a sneaky suspicion. He hit him. Homie was in his face. Why did homie get so calm? Right then and there, if you had a problem, you could have hit him.
Actually, I want to address that real quick because I do think that's a little weird. Like, because I didn't see that, so I don't know if that's true. It probably is. I'll take it at your word.
LeBron had his hand on his stomach while they were talking, right after the hit.
I think he got boosted once his teammates were
And his teammates boosted. That boy.
That's weird to me.
It's really
well,
weird.
once his teammates came up to him and were like, dude, you're bleeding like crazy. And he was probably like, oh, I need to defend myself, or I need to.
That's weird.
And
defend my
LeBron
pride.
apologized. So there's no way somebody came up disrespectfully to him. There was no disrespect being hurled from the Lakers at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron was immediately like ran to him, apologized. I'm not saying he should have accepted it. But I'm saying LeBron didn't say,
to talk some shit.
yeah,
Like,
LeBron
man,
didn't
like,
come up to you and say, fuck you. Yeah,
nah,
I
you
got
ain't
your
sorry,
bitch
bro. You
ass.
didn't do that,
Yeah.
but yeah, we good. Though.
But he
Get
said
the fuck
sorry.
outta
He
here.
said so, he ran up to him. He could have hit him. I'm trying to tell y'all, boy, 6'9", 270, boy. He seen that shit. He felt it. He said, bro, now if
Hey,
I
man,
swing,
he 6'9", but them knees, bro.
he said, boy, if I swing, first off, if you swing and hit LeBron, you will be broke for the rest of your life. You will be broke for the rest of your life.
Financially speaking.
Yes. Yes. And
Maybe
then,
even
ain't no
physically
telling- I ain't
speaking.
gonna I ain't gonna lie, my boy. Hey, I seen what they did to Delonte West. And all he did was have sex with LeBron James' mom. Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right, I think that's enough fake deep thinking. That was a funny.
Yo, quick question though. How old was Isaiah? You said he was like 19.
He's 20.
Yeah, but I thought he said he was 22. Look it up real quick,
He's
Ian.
20, 22. He's young. This is his second year in the league. This is his sophomore season. He was all rookie.
Yeah, maybe somebody went up to him and was like, "You can take that," and then he. Just
No, I'm
fucking
trying to
was
tell you,
like,
That's
somebody
still
boosted
weird
bitch.
to me. Like I
20. Boom.
okay, he's 20. I
He's
still
young,
think
dude.
that's
Yeah, like
but
I
I
can
still
totally
think
see a
that's
20-year-old
weird.
thinking that way.
Fair,
And also,
fair.
boy, my boy LeBron was
But I still-
extremely calm.
I stay away from people like that though. Like people who are all I gotta do is just say a simple phrase or sentence to you, and suddenly I got you enraged. I got you ready to go. It's like you're dangerous. I don't want to be around you. Like that's weird to me.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, that boy can't have nobody from Atlanta playing on his team. Boy, because we pushing up with the, damn, my boy.
Exactly. I remember high school, bro. They were
You're
always
leaking.
like, dude, they would do that, and I didn't get how some of the guys would just get so fired up. It's
and boosted.
and I would do
Oh,
it
that
to
shit
them.
fire,
It was
yeah.
funny. I'm like, that was funny.
Ooh,
but
my
like, I could
boy.
never imagine that happening to me. Like, no, like I'm like, you're not firing me
I
up.
would have put up about like they look like 8, 6, 9, 10 stitches, my boy. Sheesh, your lip too. Oh my God, I would have been the worst one.
Oh, that's so funny.
I would have
That's
had him
true.
ready to fight.
That's true. That's true.
But nah, yeah.
All right. That's enough fake deep thinking for the guys. We went a funny little degenerate rabbit hole here. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you follow our Twitter. Follow us on our Facebook page.
That boy LeBron was real calm.
He was real calm. Leave a like, a comment, and a share. Please smash that like button. Please share and please comment. It helps out. Helps us grow, helps us the algorithm, all that stuff. We'll see y'all next time on Fake Deep Thinking. Peace.
Get the fuck up out of here.